So even when I got my first job, my father was like, you should not see how much money you're going to make. You're going to see what you're going to learn. You're going to get those skills. And then you will be in a position to negotiate further. So it's not that, we are like, we have to do this. Like by this age, you need to have a house, a car. We are not driven like that. We like to live every day in a certain way. We have our own things. I don't mind spending a bomb at a restaurant for something I like to eat. But I will think 100 times if I want to buy a car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So our priorities are like that. And you live life king size. Whatever. My father always says this, if you have 2 rupees, you should always think, what is the maximum fun you can have out of that 2 rupees? So, either you can have like a one nice chocolate or 10 nice chocolates. It's up to you. But, live life.
To its
Don't
fullest.
be like, this is too less or this is too more. Abhi, what do we do with this money? Whatever you have, see what best you can do. So that's been the thing for the longest time. And it's been inculcated in me. And I think I'm going to pass on that because I think it's slightly less stressful
Yeah.
to live a life like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
And how did the husband happen? Is that love marriage? Is that arranged marriage?
No, I didn't have time for love. No, I had a very busy, you know how it is in media, right? There are no fixed working hours. You are out and about and all the men you find good looking are married. So you don't want to be one of those women, who's like, I like your husband, I don't. So you just you are like, okay, fine, it'll happen when it has to happen. So my father met his father and the rest is history.
And then from a money and the value system, how is the value system?
Different? I'm not much of a saver. I'm like, what if I die tomorrow? And save everything for whom? I'm of that opinion. My husband is a very prudent guy when it comes to finances. I think one person has
Needs
to be like
that
that.
way. Yeah.
So he's that guy. So also I think he has managed to inculcate that stupid habit of saving in me also now. So I'm like, okay, fine, let's save. But we should know where we are going to spend.
Yeah.
It's not like save, and then you don't know what you're saving it for.
Yeah.
Because I think our generation is a generation of people who don't want to buy property. At least I don't want to buy.
When you say your generation,
Yeah. People who are in their early 30s is what I'm doing. Late 20s and early 30s.
okay, because I'm like 2 generations away.
No,
from you.
so also it comes from, again, I will emphasize on this fact that we are privileged. Our parents built homes and we don't have that aspiration of building home. Now we are a little too fancy. We want to see the world. We want to go to the Amazon rainforests and camp there. And these are our aspirations, right? So I should know what am I saving for?
Yeah.
And that's definitely not like a property.
Property, gold,
Doesn't
any of
no
that.
way. No. It doesn't excite me at all. So it's something like that. So there's a cruise that goes from South America to Antarctica. And I'm like, see,
8
that's
lakhs or
yes,
something,
yes.
right? Yeah, I
So I'm
remember
like,
that.
this is something like a pipeline. You can definitely save for this and then you go. What else do I save for? Yeah, pretty much it. This is it. I think our parents spent on the things. We are spending on experiences.
Yeah.
I don't know what the next generation is going to spend the money on.
Yeah. But one thing I noticed is, and I've read this, that, when you look at generations, my mom, for example, or your parents, they started first time stepping out of their city or their
Yeah.
comfort zone. They had to figure out some of these things, like setting up a house, buying a property, creating that
Yeah,
wealth.
of course.
When we came in, we already have that wealth, and it's how much is enough becomes a definition.
Yes.
And then we're either accumulating more or we're figuring out ourselves. And in this process, we sort of jump jobs and things like that. But your generation, is the kind where, it's sorted. This bit of survival is sorted.
Yeah.
So it's about figuring out who you are.
Yes.
What is your value proposition?
Absolutely.
What do you want in life?
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Yes.
So if you were to step back and look at as of today, what is the value prop Sonu comes with? How would you explain that?
I think the industry as such is extremely volatile. By that I mean there are new people coming in every single day. So you are not the best. And the sooner you accept that, I feel it's good for you in every way. Good for you professionally, good for you mentally, good for your work-life balance. Because, in India, you cannot get away from competition. We are a country of 1 billion people. You cannot not say that I'm not part of the rat race. Because you are. You are the rat race, right? So how much you choose that to impact you is up to you. So I know that I'm not the best. I'm trying. And I might not end up being the best because there are so many people, right? And so many talented people. So what is your benchmark? I want to do X, Y, Z things. And I don't even give like a yearly target or anything. These are the things I want to do. Let it happen when it has to happen. Right? If I want to act, I will obviously put it out that I want to act. But it's not that easy to get those offers, right? And also it's not that easy to get something that might excite you. So do you do it just for the heck of it? Or do you want to have like solid work, to be shown to people who you desire to work with? I cannot do a random role and expect to work with somebody like Anurag Basu or Anurag Kashyap or so many, Zoya Akhtar. I can't be that. So if your pipeline is to associate yourself with someone like that, the kind of work you do has to be in line with what they might
Be
feel
looking for.
interesting. You can't be like, okay, I'm doing this, chalo, let's see, I've done like 10 films. But as a what? Is your work recognizable? But again, I will keep stressing on this. This comes from privilege. I have something to fall back on. It's not that, if this doesn't happen, my life is over. Which is why I always feel that you have to keep keep learning new things. Because you don't know what you are good at. I might realize that I might be a good singer at 50 and that is fine. I don't believe in running behind one thing only. Because that's frustrating.
You get burned out also, right?
You get burned out. And then, sometimes you can't keep up with the pace. Which is probably the reason I don't like Bombay. Because I can't keep up with the pace. And now, though, after like the pandemic, everything is remote. So what Bombay, what Bangalore, what Barcelona, everything is same. But I like to look at life like that. It'll happen at its own pace. You keep doing what you do. I'm not saying like, chill out. You see what you want to do and then work towards it and it'll happen.